Scorch, any rhythm corpse, many victims orange. This is Pt.4. Get support, cause the venom sure till he seems as warped. We'll pretend it's sport, we'll pretend it's horde. So forget the norm, you will witness swarms, a malicious horns.
Hey everybody, this is Terrence Price, and welcome back to Building Blocks Breakdown video. This is the last section. We are going to be breaking down verse 3. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right back in and let's wrap this up.
Simplicity, I fight to diminish the lie that we live in. I'm just a sinner, but try to remember, I fight to expose that any heightened antennas they like to get rid of, but I'm in a different mode. Stop all the hype on that enter. Your mic is beginner, but mine so mine for gold. My life is richer, minus the figures. You're quite the big spender. I'll profit my loan.
Kicking off verse 3 by stating that I'm no better than anybody else. We're all sinners, and we need Jesus Christ. Oftentimes, when someone speaks the truth and they go against the world, they are attacked. And people keep an eye on them, waiting for the moment they mess up or fail. But I'm urging the audience that if they're offended, remain logical and poised, and pay attention to what I'm saying. Once again, my goal is to expose how the industry tries to dumb us down and silence those who want to impart knowledge, but I plan on pushing back. In my opinion, a lot of popular artists are overhyped, and when I grab the mic, it becomes apparent how beginner their skill level is. However, the unfortunate thing is, it's not skill that gets recognized. Maybe in earlier times, but in this day and age, it's about watered down content. Catchy beats, hooks, and surface level lyrics are what the masses gravitate towards, and it's what the labels promote heavily, which explains the line, "Your mic is beginner, but Midas will mine them for gold." In Greek mythology, King Midas had the power to turn things into gold by touching them. In this analogy, I'm comparing record labels to King Midas because no matter how unskilled these artists are, the labels will make them successful by getting them streams and sales. In the music industry, there are different certifications a song or an album can achieve. Selling 500,000 units equals gold, 1 million units equals platinum, and 10 million units equals diamond. So, with that in mind, we now have a better understanding of the metaphor here. With gold being below platinum and diamond, I'm saying that at the very least, many unskilled artists with a label behind them will often achieve some level of notoriety if they're willing to play ball with the record labels. Now, even though they have more money than I do, I have a more fulfilling or enjoyable life because I haven't sold my soul for success and fame, and I'm not being controlled by anyone. Additionally, it's been said that a lot of these rappers with chains and cars are actually broke and in debt with their labels due to bad splits under the 360 deals I mentioned earlier, as well as the bad spending habits that accompany their flashy lifestyles, which explains the line, "My life is richer, minus the figures, you're quite the big spender, apply for my loan."
It's beginner, but Midas so mine for gold. My life is richer, minus the figures. You're quite the big spender. I'll profit my loan. All of your Uzi verts making music worse. G stars never bringing bars. League is out of breath. See it out your depth. Feet from Baphomet. He is out for checks. Many masons making maidens panic. Hate the ways of landing. Every day I'm stranded. I remain a can. It's such a great advantage. What you take for granted, I'm a straight expanded. Can it? Can it? Can it? All you rappers out there need to be more mindful of your content. Watch what you feed the children. We're supposed to build them up, not tear them down.
In these last few lines, I'm taking direct shots at some of the newer generation of rappers, starting with Lil Uzi Vert. Why am I throwing shots at Uzi? Well, Uzi is one of the artists that I believe is leading people to the path of destruction. His subject matter glorifies the world, and he has been known to have dark, occult imagery, such as the time when he had an upside-down cross on stage while performing live. Not only that, but he also acknowledged that if he's going to hell, then his fans are going right with him. Additionally, really pay attention to his name. Lil Uzi Vert sounds like Lucifer, doesn't it?
Ever a time to monitor what your kids listen to and watch, then that time is now. Look, this isn't my first video about Lil Uzi Vert or Satanism in hip-hop, so I don't plan on taking too much time commentating on this video, spelling everything out for y'all. But I just want to show y'all how our youth has become so desensitized to Satanism. I remember when people would make a big deal about Jay-Z having his audience throw up the rock sign, which is of course the Illuminati all-seeing eye, but nowadays an artist like Lil Lucifer can have his whole stage designed with upside down crosses and nobody bats an eye. This is crazy if you ask me. We truly live in the age of zombieism. I ain't even calling the people sheep no more. Sheep are smarter than the Walking Dead. Calling y'all sheep will be giving y'all too much credit. Nope, to me, y'all are zombies, okay?
Did I sell my soul? I sold my soul for you. Now figure that out. Talking about I sell my soul. I sold my soul for you. For all you motherfuckers that's on here, that's asking me that I sell my soul, why the fuck is y'all on here if y'all think I sold my soul? Y'all coming right with me, you dummies.
Hold on, let me explain something to them real quick. Before everybody starts screaming and saying, oh, like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers have entered the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all motherfuckers going to hell. Right with me. So, let's get it. Oh, you already here. I'm so sorry. You can't get out. You're stuck. It's over. You heard the song a million times and you didn't even know. That's fucked up. But I still love you anyway, though. It's okay. It's whatever. You still love me? You do? That's why I love you, because you don't judge me. I love you.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put y'all on game today. I'm gonna give y'all the real reason why Little Lucifer said his fans are going to hell with him. It ain't because you listening to his music, because just because you hear a song doesn't mean that it's gonna get you a spot in hell. He's telling you that you're going to hell because you idolize him, you worship him. That's why he said, I love y'all because y'all don't judge me, y'all don't bat an eye. Y'all are not concerned whether he bears good fruit or bad fruit, okay? You are not whether, I'm metaphorically speaking now. If he was a tree, you only want to eat from a tree that bears good fruit. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care if he produces nothing but bad fruit. Y'all don't care if he's leading your soul into eternal damnation. Y'all don't care.
Now, I try to be very careful about going down the rabbit hole and chasing after conspiracies, because you can definitely fall victim to believing everything too easily, but at the same time, you don't want to dismiss everything as conspiracy. To me, there are too many coincidences here to sweep this under the rug. This is also where I begin a water scheme. Uzi Vert is associated with the record label Generation Now, who was co-founded by DJ Drama, Don Cannon, and Leighton Morrison, whose nickname is Lake, which obviously ties into the string of water metaphors. Another layer is that Uzi Vert used to go by C-Lab Vertical, with C-Lab being another water analogy, but it doesn't end there. With the next line, your league is out of breath, see it out your depth. What I'm saying is that most of the mainstream artists who do mumble rap or lack substance don't stand a chance against me, and I'm out of their league lyrically. A league is also used to measure distance traveled underwater. Also, league as in skill level or team. Additionally, the term out of your depth refers to someone being in a situation that's too much for them to handle. See you're out your depth. Another layer is that as in see with your eyes is a homophone for sea, like sea level as in water. What I'm saying is that the mainstream artists that are watered down don't have the skill set necessary to deal with me. Continuing the last few lines of this verse, I mentioned Baphomet. This is yet another reference to how the mainstream uses occultism in their content. Baphomet is often used to represent Satan as well as duality. Baphomet is depicted as having the head of a goat with the body of a human, but half of his body is male and the other half is female. He's also seen pointing upwards with one hand and his other hand pointing downwards, which symbolizes as above so below. A quick and basic definition of this is that what happens above in the spiritual realm happens on earth as well. In other words, an equilibrium or a balance, if you will. Do you see the pattern? Half man, half woman, as above so below, the checkered black and white floors. With the occult, it's all about achieving a perfect balance, opposites coexisting with one another. So, since Baphomet represents Satan, we understand how this ties back to what I've been saying throughout this entire song, that most mainstream artists are pushing an agenda and have sold their souls to achieve fame, which explains the following line, flee from Baphomet, he is out for checks. I'm telling the audience, as well as artists who have sold their souls, to flee from the enemy and go towards Jesus Christ instead.
Most people don't understand how the industry works. Most people don't get it. And on the second channel, I recently did an interview and I tried to expose how the Freemasons run the music industry. And I explained how many of these celebrities, some of them might involve themselves in masonry or in witchcraft before their success, and they use that to get successful. Like if you're a Mason and you join a Masonic lodge, there is literally an entertainment lodge where actors and celebrities go to network with each other and basically help each other make it to the next level. For example, let's say there's a high degree Mason who works in Hollywood who's running a production studio and he's working on a movie. And then someone who wants to be in Hollywood who joins the Masonic Lodge ends up going to that entertainment lodge and getting this opportunity to be in that movie just because he's a Mason. So that's how we see a lot of celebrities end up becoming Masons, selling out essentially just for the opportunity to make it to the next level.
The record labels own these artists, and since they've sold their souls, it only makes sense that the enemy will come to collect. Additionally, it's common for celebrities to have a check mark next to their name on social media, which signifies their high status, but again, at what cost? Continuing the occult explanation with the following line, many Masons making maidens panic. It's a popular conspiracy theory that the Masons, as in Freemasons or the Illuminati, control the world. The entertainment industry, the banks, the pharmaceutical companies, etc. I, for one, believe there is truth to this, and it's a topic that I plan on delving into more, but for the sake of time, I'll stick to the music industry and ask you to recall the many examples I've already pointed out thus far. I may sound like a broken record, but going back to artists selling their souls, one thing that's quite common is for men to dress up like women. Kevin Hart, Young Jock, Young Thug, Uzi Vert, Kid Cudi, A$AP Rocky, and many more have all been seen wearing women's clothing. The industry uses their influence to push the agenda of weakening men and swapping gender roles.
Nowadays, we see rappers dressing more feminine or straight up dressing like women and calling it fashion. We can find them rocking purses and painting their nails like we recently saw Drake doing. Some even take it as far as to kiss other men on stage like Bad Bunny, which still fails in comparison to Lil Wop, who claimed to have fully transitioned into a woman. This agenda started back in the 2010s, and slowly, we have been seeing rappers fully embrace it. Nowadays, it is common to see random teens with their nails painted or dressing feminine. They're just influenced by their favorite rappers and doing what they see. This is all being done to blur the gender roles created by God. They want to invert the natural order of life that God created.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5 says, "The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God." Some people closely observed the video of Busta Rhymes in the red dress and dismissed it because he was actually wearing really big red pants that appeared to be a dress. But let's be real, no heterosexual male would choose to ever be seen in this outfit that is clearly for a woman. Aside from that, I've already shown y'all pictures of Busta Rhymes wearing dress over pants in the 90s. Not only has Busta Rhymes worn what is clearly women's clothing several times, but Busta Butt Rhymes has been facing allegations of sleeping with man for many years.
This is another example of how these celebrities sell their souls to achieve fame. Maiden is a term for a lady that is not married, hence the term maiden name. So basically, I'm calling these guys soft or ladylike for dressing like women. The next line ties back to my water scheme. Hate the waves Atlantic, every day I'm stranded. The Atlantic Ocean is one of the largest bodies of water in the world. I'm also referring to Atlantic Records, which is one of the biggest record labels in the industry. Additionally, Atlantic Records is also a joint venture with Generation Now, the record label that Uzi Vert is associated with. The term wave is slang for something that is currently popular, while also meaning water wave. The idea that I'm communicating is that I really dislike the direction that the industry is going in. Making songs about drugs and glorifying the world is what gains traction in the industry, and it's quite unfortunate as the artists who are more skilled are often overlooked. My stance may be unpopular, but I'm willing to stand my ground. This is what I mean by every day I'm stranded. I'm likening my situation to being stranded on an island. I could gain popularity or catch a wave and get off the island I'm stranded on if I was willing to throw away my morals and sell my soul for popularity, but it is not something that I would ever do. The last few lines of the song are, "What you take for granted, I'ma straight expand it, can it?" The message I'm conveying is that the mainstream artists take their fans for granted and dumb them down with their surface level music, but I'm making them think on a deeper level, especially the children. I then end the track with a final calling out of rappers by telling them to be mindful of what they put out into the world, as we're supposed to be a positive influence and example for those that are younger than us. That pretty much wraps up not only this section, but just the video as a whole. I really enjoyed doing this project. It's my first time ever doing something like this, so my apologies if it was a little bit rough, but hopefully going forward it'll be a little smoother. But now that I've explained the song as a whole, I explained the idea behind it, how it came together. You saw a little bit of behind the scenes footage, and you understand the hook. You understand the title, verse 1, verse 2, and verse 3. Hopefully everything now makes sense. And I hope that there's a greater appreciation for the song. So now that you understand all of the hidden metaphors and meanings, so on and so forth, hopefully now when you listen back to the song, there's a deeper understanding of it and there's more enjoyment now. So although the hook might be silly, there is still underneath it all a deeper meaning. Thank you for watching, and you take care now.
To heighten your senses, your minds are imprisoned. Start rhyming simplistic. I fight to diminish the life that we live in. I'm just a sinner, but try to remember. I fight to expose that any heightened antennas they like to get rid of, but I'm in a different mode. Stop all the hype on that enter. Your mic is beginner, but mine, so mine for gold. My life is richer, minus the figures. You're quite the big spender. I profit my loan. All of your Uzi verts making music worse. G and stars never bringing bars. League is out of breath. She ain't out your depth. Feet from Baphomet. He is out for checks. Many masons making maidens panic. Hate the ways of landing. Every day I'm stranded. I remain a can. It's such a great advantage. What you take for granted, I'm a straight expanded. Can it? Can it? Can it? All you rappers out there need to be more mindful of your content. Watch what you feed the children. We're supposed to build them up, not tear